in '91, I had gone to a book signing at this. There's a little boutique bookshop in West Hollywood called Book Soup, and they used to have a lot of author book signings there. And I went to a book signing, reading and signing by David Mamet, and I hung around afterwards, and we ended up striking up a friendship. And I, hung out with him and went to dinner, and him and Ricky Jay, the magician. And then he had just gotten married to Rebecca Pigeon, whose headshots I did, and so forth. And then sort of later in like late summer, fall of '92, I got a call from a guy named Bob Rosen, who was executive producing this movie called The Crow for at the time it was Paramount Pictures, and he said, David Mamet has recommended you to Ed Pressman to do the photography on this movie. And so I had just done that one movie, The Temp, with Paramount, and they didn't feel I had the chops or the experience to do The Crow, because it was going to be a very dark action film in very rugged circumstances, and they wanted someone with more experience. But Ed Pressman and Bob Rosen, they stood behind me, and we went back and forth, and finally I made a deal with Paramount. I said, just give me a 3-week trial period. It was going to be filmed out in Wilmington, North Carolina. Give me a 3-week trial period, and if you don't like what I'm doing, I'll step down. And so I just, the whole time before that movie, I just really practiced on a lot of things that, shooting in low light and focusing. It was pre-autofocus days, but I really, got to the point where I felt I was good enough, and I went there and really maintained my space. And so The Crow became something of a turning point movie for me because of obviously what happened with it, but it was also a very dark, cold, challenging film, but I did some great work. And then after the tragedy where Brandon Lee was shot on the movie set, they had about a week of filming left, but they sent us all home to figure out how they were going to finish the movie. And I went back to Los Angeles and went to see the guy from Paramount who had initially really challenged, resisted my being hired. And he said to me, you've done incredible work on this film, and they're photographers we've worked with for 25 years we wouldn't have hired on this, so I'm really proud of you. So that was a good moment.